Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ignited Live. I'm Charity.
And I'm Kathy.
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Yes, and today was a really nice day.
Yes, where we are.
Where
Beautiful.
we are, we hit into the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been, winter where, it's near zero at times.
Mm-hmm. Not near zero. I think it was.
But now today, we hit into the 70s. So I sat outside for about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it got too hot.
Oh, wow. I feel so sorry for you.
It was so beautiful, though. And just to get, vitamin D, being outside in the sun, it was very, very nice. Mm-hmm. And I'm very thankful that spring is coming.
Yes. You'll have more days like that.
Yeah, we will.
Sun in the sun.
More and more days. That's right. And it's very helpful. Well, I was just in text conversation with a friend, and they had asked me back, I don't know, a few weeks ago anyways, who I thought would win the Super Bowl. And I've been asked by a number of different people, but I was just in conversation with this one individual, and they felt, and when it comes to the Super Bowl, I'll say, I think it must have been right around 1996, 97 in there when I realized that I had a prophetic gift. So I had this, I don't know, I wouldn't want to call it
like an exercise.
An exercise, a challenge that I took.
Right.
And would just ask the Lord, who's going to win the Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. It's not anything that, I tell people, oh, you should do this. No. But I would do the same thing if someone was pregnant. I'd ask the Lord, is this a boy or a girl? And I was growing and developing my own, sense of what the Lord was saying and how he speaks to me. Mm-hmm. So anyways, and I don't know how many Super Bowls in a row I just would call, and it was right. And then I found out that someone was actually taking that information and betting on games with real money.
Legal, but yeah.
Yes, illegal. But I decided, okay, I don't want to do that. So I didn't announce anything.
Yeah, that wasn't the point of you doing that.
Yeah. No. So publicly I stopped
talking about it.
Yeah. So anyways, this friend had asked me, who do you think is going to win? And they said they felt like
year, you mean?
This year, mm-hmm. They felt that it was going to be the Patriots. And I said, well, I'm not positive on this one. You go through different seasons of life and you begin to question a lot of things. If you've ever been in one of those seasons, you understand what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And you don't know if you can always trust what you're hearing or sensing or seeing, whatever.
Especially when it comes to yourself. I think it can be easier mm-hmm. for others.
That's true.
But when it comes to yourself and your patterns and how the Lord has spoken to you, and you're wondering, is he changing some of that? Am I changing?
Right.
Yeah, there's questions, right? So
that's right. So I said, well, I believe that it's the Seahawks. And what I heard when I asked the Lord was from sea to shining sea. So I think it's the Seahawks. I mean, a little bit later, I kind of questioned myself. That could actually be the Patriots too, because you want Patriots from sea to shining sea, right? Of course, the Seahawks did win the Super Bowl. So we had a conversation afterwards because this person had felt that the Patriots would win, and talking about how we hear from God. And I expressed that, I've been walking with the Lord for years and years. I'm not going to give my age, but for years. And always learning, even at my age, learning what I call the language of God and how he speaks to us, and understanding that, sometimes things are not always as clear as we think they should be. And there's 3 parts that I talk about in my class. One is that God gives revelation, and the revelation for me, it's a fun journey to just have God show you something or speak something to you, right? But where we can sometimes miss the mark a little bit, and I don't know if miss the mark is the right wording, but maybe get off track a little, is in the interpretation of what we see or hear, or in the application of it. And so I used an example that when we went into the playoffs, now we're Buffalo Bills fans. We're close enough to Buffalo that we were Bills fans have been for years. Anyways, when they were playing, the very last game they played was against the Broncos. And this isn't, I'm not please saying God is into the NFL, anything like that. But for me, I challenge myself in just asking the Lord questions about it. But so when I asked the Lord about the Bills playing the Broncos, I had told a couple of people, I see, and I'm sure some of you will know what I'm talking about, the old wooden desk that the teachers used to have in school. Mm-hmm. And they were big and they were just wooden. And so I'm seeing one of those desks with a big apple just set on the desk. Nothing else is on the desk. It's totally wiped clean. There's nothing there, not a paper, nothing, just this, apple. So I know New York is like the Big Apple. I thought, I think the Bills are going to win this one. And they did not win. The Broncos won. So in hindsight, looking back, I actually can see where I missed it in the interpretation. And it's kind of, for me, we had a coach that got let go. And I think that things were cleared off. The desk is cleared off, but the team will still be in place. And I could describe more of what I believe the Lord was saying in that. But my point is, in which I said, sometimes when we get pictures, we can just jump to an assumption, or we just feel something around. We can easily get into the soul part of us. But so it's in the interpretation and application that we can sometimes miss it. So when I see a picture, and this might be helpful for somebody watching, always remembering to ask the Lord, what does it mean? Because as soon as I saw the apple, I thought, I think the Bills are going to win this one. I think we're going to go to the Super Bowl this year. And sure enough, they lost. But when I heard from sea to shining sea, then it was kind of a sure thing. The Seahawks had it. It brought me back around to always wanting to grow and learn and how God speaks to us, and not just getting into a rut or a pattern. And this is what this always means, and that's what that means. And that's why sometimes I say the books that are sometimes available for us to learn from can be really good. And I just had a book sent to us this week that I'm enjoying very much. None of it can take the place of building or carving out that time with the Lord ourselves. And we have to have that space where it's just, learning from him and what he has to say to us, and learning the language of God. God will speak to us. Sometimes he'll speak to me through a dream for somebody. Mm-hmm. And I've had dreams with people, and even in that, it's discerning, is the dream symbolic or is it literal, right?
Yeah.
And so we're always learning. And for me, it was a fun exercise, and just talking with someone, talking it through, and how we grow and learn and hear his voice and what he's doing.
Yeah. When you think about Jeremiah, and the Lord asking him, what do you see? He repeats what he saw. Okay, you've seen well.
That's right.
When you think about that, it's like, well, is there a bad way to see things? What's the alternative here?
He didn't add anything to it,
No,
right?
he kept
No.
it exactly as it was. And
Mhm.
I think that's one of the keys when you're doing your classes and training to hear the Lord. One of the exercises to really keep it exactly what you see, not to add ideas or thinking or,
Mhm.
well, just basically adding to it.
Mhm.
When Jesus was here on earth with his disciples, he was speaking to them and they have no idea what he's talking about. I
Mhm.
mean, they're trying. There are some things that it's like,
Yeah,
boom, they
that's
catch it in the
amazing.
moment.
Yeah.
And, Jesus even said to Peter, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you.
Mhm.
So there were moments that they felt that surge of like, I got it. I
Right.
saw, I heard, I got it. I'm on the right track. And then the next moment they're like, what? I think it's safe to say that there will be moments in all of our lives where we think, I've got it.
I've got it. Yeah.
And then the next moment, what?
Yeah, sure.
Like you said at the beginning, there's moments of questioning and wondering and anticipating what's next.
Moments,
And
seasons. Can be
right.
years.
Well, they did have some years with him.
Sure.
And those years
Mhm.
were not always so specific and
Mhm.
easy. And the road seems so clear and they know exactly where they're going and what's about to happen. No, none of those things were clear, but they knew who they were following.
Mhm.
That's the key that we keep in mind, that we follow him. And like you said, there's many things that can pull our attention and we can use those resources well. We can also make sure that we're spending time with him and doing that well.
Yeah. On another note, Charity's birthday did continue.
It got extended, guys.
It got extended. It sure did.
I feel like I heard the Lord say, no, just kidding.
So I asked her last week about something that had come in for her, and she was like, what? Like, and I realized, okay, so she was very busy at work, had a number of things going on, had to be in the office working one day, a few things that were happening. And I don't tell her ahead of time what I'm going to talk about.
No.
So I did tell her this week, I am going to talk about your birthday.
And I probably heard you, but I didn't hear you.
But she did have an extended birthday.
Yeah. I got more gifts, if you can believe it.
You did.
So I got a nice like couple bags of coffee, a really cute squishy, which I should have brought up. Super cute. And then I got puzzles, tea, my favorite pair of socks.
Yeah.
Lots of things. And then also because I was away and I didn't get a chance to, I had cards and more gifts.
You sure did.
I had gift cards, and for me, that's very meaningful. I know for some people, gift cards are like, but not for me.
Oh, not for me either. I
really enjoy them.
I love gift cards.
Yeah.
Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to us.
I know. We think the same.
But here's what the interesting thing that I realized when your dad passed away.
Yeah.
And people were wanting to do things for us. And, they were being so generous and so kind.
Yeah.
The thing that I enjoyed the most was having gift cards given to me, whether it was to, a Visa or a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls or even the grocery store, or cash, right?
Yeah.
And I think maybe it was you, Chair. Somebody pointed out the reason why we enjoyed it so much. It was one thing that we could control.
Yeah, I did say that. I really myself. Yeah. I was going through some, Dr. Carolyn Leaf stuff. And so you're kind of evaluating yourself and introspective, but you don't spend all day on that or anything. But I realized in the moment, I felt like that circumstance with my dad was completely out of my control.
Mm-hmm.
But someone giving me a gift card or cash, it now meant that I could decide when I wanted to go shopping or go get something, groceries, whatever the case may be. I got to decide how I wanted to spend it and when I wanted to spend it. It felt like something I could control in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't looking for, control in other areas, but I was learning to navigate that. And yeah, I think that was probably true for both of us.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. And the really nice thing about Charity's birthday being extended is I also got a gift.
You did. Surprise.
It was very nice.
You did.
A very nice gift.
Yeah.
And a Christmas gift came in.
Yeah. So they had messaged me and said, you can't tell your mom, but, I'm giving them a surprise.
And you didn't tell me.
I didn't. And guess what? I'm not very good at keeping surprises. Anybody who knows me knows. It's not like I divulged secrets or something like that. But when it comes to gift giving, I would tell my mom what I got her before I even let her open it. I was too excited about that. So yeah, it was a miracle. I kept my mouth closed.
Yep.
And she was surprised.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was. I had no idea that I had anything coming in.
Yeah.
I was just happy you were getting cards and gifts, and it was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was fun.
It felt like I just opened gift after gift after gift. I'm like, wow, this birthday lasted all the way into February.
It sure did.
Yeah. And someone actually wrote in a card, maybe you should do this all year. I was like, not a bad idea. Imagine taking away the month and it's my birth year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. She's going to cut me off now, guys.
Now you know kind of what our conversations are like.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. We're joking. I hope you understand that.
Yes.
We really are. But we're very thankful for the friends and family that have blessed us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
nice.
As we minister here on Ignited Live, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, we are speaking to the person who is joining us on one of those platforms. You may be using a different name, and we may not know you personally, but we are asking the Lord to speak to those of you who are personally connecting with us on one of those platforms. And please remember to put your name in and where you're from.
And when we say where you are from, you do not need to give specifics for your own safety. You can just put the state you're from or the country you're from.
Don't put your street.
I'm just joking around. Yeah. People know these things, but it's funny. Okay. I'm just funny. Like in that.
No, that's what I would do. Probably. I'd probably put my street number down and everything. You did that.
You think so?
I think so.
Oh, well, I don't. I
know you wouldn't.
No, but I don't think you would either.
You don't think so?
Okay, we're joking. Right. But anyhow, those of you watching on Instagram, you may just be watching a nice little wall. And actually, you can see part of our eyeballs like 2 seconds ago.
Where's it?
So, okay, you have to squeeze together. So see this camera up here. Okay.
Right.
Okay, you have to come in. Okay, so you might be able to see us
we have to do this
momentarily. No. If you are watching on Instagram, jump over to YouTube, Facebook. We may just take off the Instagram altogether. I cannot seem to get it to do what it's supposed to do, all the tech stuff, unless somebody out there can tell me a better way to do this. Anyway, I digress. So leave where you're from and your name so that we know you want us to pray for you. Okay.
So I just saw, I think, is the red YouTube?
Yes.
So Heather Rinaldi in New York. Heather, as soon as I saw your name, one of the things that just came to mind is tax season and realizing, we're coming into that tax season, right? For at least most of us, I think we have to pay them usually by April 15th or something. I don't know, right? I think it changes sometimes. But anyways, just thinking about sometimes the pressures of life that can be added into the current responsibilities that you have. And I felt the Lord just lift your head up and say to you, Heather, it's all going to be okay. And He's with you. He's going to provide what is needed and supply that you really are wanting to see supplied. I see the Lord pouring over you His love and affection, and you knowing that you're right where the Lord wants you to be.
All right. Kate Hannett. Hello, Kate. Said from New Jersey, would like a word for my son, Matthias. Matthias, I had a sense for you that the Lord has given you such a strength and an ability that people can lean on you. They can rely on you. They know that if you say you're going to get something accomplished, that you follow through with that. I also sense that the Lord wants you to know that there is greater success that He has for you to step into in times of disappointment, times where you feel like things have just kind of been cut down and not necessarily going the way that you thought they were. But it's like you're going to be able to see how one season is changing and you're entering into a whole new season. And there's a greater confidence that the Lord is going to cause to soar on the inside of you. And you are going to reflect the heart of the Father to the hearts of many people around you.
Okay, so Peter in New Zealand, Peter, the phrase from a scripture, above all things, have fervent love for one another, is what I heard as soon as I saw your name. And I thought about, of course, Peter, at the sea when Jesus said to him, "Do you love me?" Asked him 3 times. There is a deep, deep love in your heart for the Lord, in a place that, you have made room for the Lord to come into your life and your heart. And you've said, "I will follow the Lamb wherever He goes. And there is nothing that will take me away from the calling that God has put on my life." And I see a deeper consecration, a deeper determination to continue to press forward, not looking back and having no regrets, but moving forward, knowing that the grace of God is on your life.
All right. Andrew is there with Easton.
Well, hello, Andrew and Easton.
Yes, hello. We're glad that you could join with us. And Easton, we're trying our best to get into the frame, but it hasn't worked out yet.
Oh,
yeah, we have to come in really close.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Neva Ramirez from California on Facebook. Neva, I had a sense for you that determination not to quit, not to give up, but to continue moving forward and understanding what the heart of the Father is in the matter, and not to feel overwhelmed, but to know His overwhelming love for you.
Okay, Penelope in Maryland. Penelope, I see God holding you steady and keeping you in that place of knowing you are secure in Him, and He is your Prince of Peace. He gave you a promise. He gave us all a promise, but even to you, He will never leave you. He'll never forsake you. He is with you.
All right. And then I saw on here, Pauline Moroza said, "Happy birthday." So thank you.
Oh,
See,
and it continues.
Just continues. Such a good day.
Yep.
All right. Yori Ellis from Jamaica. Yori, I had a sense for you that this is a time where you're going to find yourself singing new songs. And it's like I see you going about your day humming something and just standing back and beginning to realize that the Lord is putting something of a fresh stirring within your heart for creativity, and that you are stepping into a place of greater confidence and assurance of who you are and what He's put on the inside of you, but also that the weapons of your warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty in God for pulling down strongholds.
Okay, Brian in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Hello, Brian. I had this picture of you kind of looking around, like scoping out a room, seeing what God is speaking to you. And your heart really is to hear what the Father is saying in this hour. You want more of the presence of the Lord on you. And I thought about when the shadow of Peter brought healing to people. It was just a shadow. I have this sense of the Lord pouring into you that same kind of desire and love and serving the Lord like the Apostle Peter had, and that even desiring your shadow to bring healing. And so the expectation is a word for you for this year. All
right, Carol, it looks like on YouTube from the UK. Carol, I saw you standing back and the Lord refreshing you. It's like there's times that you felt weary, especially recently, and asking the Lord to give you the strength that you need and the ability to find that place in Him to get refreshed, recharged, so that you're able to move forward. And the Lord has seen your heart and the diligence of your heart and the faithfulness of even serving Him and serving ones around you.
Okay, Donna in Myrtle Beach. Donna, keep on singing, keep on worshiping. There's something about the songs that you sing. And I've often, at different times, I'll hear myself singing a song and not thinking ahead of time what I'm going to sing, but just all of a sudden hearing I'm singing and listening to the words and realizing the Lord is talking to me through that song. I see you having those kind of encounters with the Lord where you're not intentionally thinking of what song could you sing next, but you hear yourself singing and you realize you're in communion with the Lord.
All right, Hazel Hare said, I would love a word for my daughter, Jenny. So Jenny, I had a sense for you that there's a lot of transition and change, and sometimes you would like to see the consistency and that the steadiness of what's happening in your day. And I see the Lord changing some things, but He's giving you peace that passes all understanding, and it will guard your heart and your mind.
Okay, Brian in New Jersey. There's some quote, Brian, and I don't know exactly how it goes, so I'm probably going to mess it up. You might want to do a Google search on it or something, but the quote goes something like this: when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Not exactly sure how it goes, but anyways, I feel like there have been times where someone has committed something with you and then they back out, and I see God helping you to get over some of the hurdles that the enemy has wanted to just kind of stop you up and keep you maybe focused in areas where you don't need to be focused. But I see you just moving on, moving forward, and it's like you can take the high ground.
All right, Janella and Daniel Kim from Seoul, South Korea. Janella and Daniel, I had a sense for you that the Lord is putting within you a fresh understanding of what's ahead and next steps and making plans and putting things into motion, and that He's bringing even a cohesive plan of action that would feel as though things are really coming together and a deeper understanding of even some things. But I also sense that there's going to be some unexpected journeys ahead, and it's going to be good, and you're going to find yourself looking around and seeing the patterns of how the Lord orchestrated your steps and how He put things together, even when you were maybe not aware at first, but as you look around you, it's like you can see the pieces coming together.
Okay, Nancy in New Jersey, and I may need a little bit of help with this. I'm not sure. You remember Popeye?
Yeah.
The Sailor Man. Yeah. And then what was it? Olive?
Yeah.
Okay, so Nancy, it's kind of what I feel like the Lord has done a very unique thing in you and in the relationship that you have. And there is a strength that, it's like one side of you is so strong and the other side is so believing in others. You really are a good woman, and God will honor you. But what I felt like He wanted you to know is He hears the prayers you pray, even in silence.
All right, Christy Murata, I think that's how you say your last name, from Japan. Christy, I had a sense for you that there's no turning back, that the Lord is putting within you an understanding. It's like leaving some things behind and continuing to press towards the high call, that He's with you and that He will continue to bring you that peace and the guidance that you need. But I also saw the Lord like settling some things within you. It's like there's at times an anxious feeling, and the Lord bringing that settling, even as you come into His presence, that you would find His peace and that He is faithful to His word.
Okay, Kelsey in Syracuse, New York. I suppose y'all have snow up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not to rub it in, but it was 75 here. Okay, maybe I did.
I think you did rub it in.
Charity. Just a little.
But I got to sit outside and enjoy it.
True, I didn't.
Yes.
So,
anyways, Kelsey, Kelsey, there is a gift that the Lord has put in you, and it's a real ability to just help other people get things done. It's like you know how to stay on top of things, keep things moving, keep everything flowing in the way that it's supposed to flow. And God has blessed you to walk with all different kinds of people and situations where you've kept your head on straight and you just keep going forward. You have been a real gift to people, and God will reward you for what you've done for others.
Well, we want to thank you all for joining us here on Ignited Live. And there was a lot that we talked about tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your birthday.
Well, that too. Any final thoughts for everyone?
Yeah, just thinking about, well, we talked about the language of God and how God speaks to us, right?
Yeah.
And growing and always learning in that. And it's important. When I think about, of course, Jeremiah, he said, Jeremiah, what do you see? Yeah. He said it to Amos too. You think about Ezekiel, he has these wild visions and he gives great detail of it. Isaiah goes in, and it's the year King Uzziah dies, and he has this encounter. I saw the Lord. Imagine that happening, And then, you look at Samuel, he goes to bed one night. He's just a kid, and God audibly called his name. There's so many ways that God can speak to us, and realizing I don't want to get in a rut that it always has to be one way. Here's the other thing to always remember: when we prophesy, we know in part and we prophesy in part. And so always keep that in mind. Yeah.
Well, we love you guys, and we will see you next week, same time, same place, God willing.
God bless you guys.